Well, hey there everyone, and welcome back to Cowboy Survival. What we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the Ozark Trail 21-piece survival camp kit. So this is kind of an interesting idea, I guess. A lot of people have them now. Ozark Trail, of course, has one. I reviewed one earlier from Harbor Freight. And these things have value on different levels. One level is, does it actually help you in a crisis? If you're stranded somewhere, does it contain the tools that you need to actually survive or to get to where you're needing to go? On another level, the question is, if you add up the value of all the things in the kit, are you getting your money's worth? Are you getting a deal by packaging these things together instead of buying each piece separately? This bag, this particular kit, I think does have some monetary value so far as the packaging of the items that are in it. But we're going to take a look at it. We're going to open it up, see what's inside it. So stay tuned. We'll see what you think. Okay, so what we have is the Ozark Trail 21-piece survival kit. Let's talk about the pouch that it comes in first. This is a pretty standard kind of pouch you can buy anywhere on the internet. I buy these a lot of times. I made all my first aid kits for my vehicles using these things. You can fit a lot of stuff in them. I know that from experience. These are going to run you probably about $10 on the internet. It's made out of good, nice, sturdy canvas. It's got a Velcro patch on the back. So basically this attaches to your belt. Using some kind of a MOLLE system. You have some D-rings here if you want to use them. But then when you want to take it off, you simply release the clip. It's got a little another Velcro here, and then you just rip that off, and it will come completely off, and you can just rip it on. And then when you're ready to put it back on your belt, you just slap it on, and it just sticks. It's a really, really good Velcro. So let's see what's in there. Oh, by the way, on the front of this, it also has a little one of these Ozark Trail patches you can come with. And it does have some MOLLE on the front of the bag. So if you wanted to attach anything to the front of it, you could with the MOLLE. It does not have any MOLLE on the sides. I've got some of these that have MOLLE on the sides, but this is about a $10 pouch that you can buy off the internet. So let's look what's in it. Now when I open this, it's a clamshell type of opening, so it's going to open this way. And this side is going to have some storage in it. It's going to have a pouch in it and some Velcro. The other side is going to have a piece that flies open, so you've got more storage, plus you have another piece that you can store in, and we'll see that as I open this up. So let's open this up first and see what's in it and how they've got it packaged. So first thing they've done, they got this cardboard retainer in here. That's kind of nice. Keeps everything nice and square and doesn't squish it down. So what do we have on this side of the pouch? Well, it got a couple things. First of all, you've got a flashlight. This flashlight does not come with a battery. I think that's kind of chintzy. You're spending $30. It could come with a little 5-cent battery. These batteries don't cost anything for them to manufacture. They could put a little battery in that thing. It's supposed to be 220 lumens. It's got the Ozark. Of course, all this stuff has the Ozark Trail on it. It's got it telescopes out just a little bit, so it'll focus your beam a little tighter or wider. So that's a nice little flashlight that includes in there. Also has a knife. All these things come obligatory with a knife. It's not a bad knife. It opens up very easily. It says Ozark Trail on the side of it. I don't know if it's D2 or what kind of steel it is. It doesn't say. I imagine it's not the best steel in the world, though it is. It's okay. It's not real sharp, to be honest with you. It's okay. It's not real sharp. It's got a little serrated edges down here. This is almost identical to the knife that you see in the Harbor Freight survival kit, so it's not too much different than that. It's got a liner lock in it, so you can close that down. And then you just open it right back up. It's also got a pocket clip right here, and it's got a seatbelt cutter as well as a little door opener. Though, unless you're carrying this in your pocket, I don't know what good the seatbelt cutter does, because you're going to have to reach around, find the pouch, get the knife out, use it to, if you want a seatbelt cutter, you want it in your pocket where you can get to it really easily, but oh well. So they all put them in there, though. It's kind of a thing, obligatory feature of any survival knife. It also comes with a couple of Chem Lights here, and we all know how to use those. You break them and shake them up, and they work great. So it comes with these. In addition, it comes with, it's got a few more items back here. It's got this little Velcro comes out. It comes with a survival Paracord bracelet. Well, I guess if you like bright orange bracelet, there you go. You're not going to hide with this thing. It's not very good camo, but it is paracord. It probably got, I don't know, there's probably maybe 6 or 7 feet of paracord there. I don't know how much exactly. It's got the obligatory things. It's got a little compass on it, which I suppose is as good as any compass. It's got a little whistle on it. And if I blew it really hard, it's a pretty loud whistle. It's got a little fire starter, a little bitty ferro rod right here. Now they all these paracord bracelets come with this, and it's got a little striker with it. So if you got that, so nice little paracord bracelet for you. In addition, in this section, it comes. Let's see what else is in this section. Nothing else back in here, but there are a couple of things. This is a spoon. Let's talk about this in a minute. It also has in here some jute cord. Fire starter comes 4 pieces of jute cord fire starter, which you can use with a ferro rod to get that lit. I don't think there's anything else in here. Nope, that's it. Now these spoons. Okay, these are pretty common nowadays. I've seen them. This is the one in the Harbor Freight is exactly like this, only it's like dark green instead of black and orange. Comes with a little bitty paracord string you put on it so you don't lose it, I guess. Okay, so the spoon is fine, the spork is fine, that's great. It's got a whistle in the end. I don't think the whistles on these work very well, but it does have a whistle. They seem to like you to have whistles. Okay, here's what I don't like about this, and I don't like this about this one or the one in the Harbor Freight. There is a blade inside this handle. And if you don't know, if you just took this thing and pulled it like this, you're going to slice your finger off. Now let me show you when I pull this thing out, there's a blade right there, dude. And it's pretty sharp. This feels sharper than the knife blade does. I'm going to tell you, that is dangerous. And I know it might be necessary, but there's no warning. If somebody was a newcomer, if they'd never done these things before, they'd never seen one of these things before, and they just started ripping it apart, and they just pulled it, they're liable to cut their finger right off with this thing. At least cut into their finger and cut a tendon. Now, it's got some stuff on it. It's got a fish scaler on the back here. It's got a bottle opener. I don't know, how many people need bottle openers anymore? Bottle openers are almost all twist off bottles, right? It's got a couple, lanyard tool here. I guess that's useful, but I think this is a dangerous item because it doesn't warn you, doesn't tell you where the blade. And by the way, it can go in either way, so you don't know what side the blade is on. I'm going to tell you, be careful with this. I think these things have some danger associated with them. So we're going to put this back in the little baggie. And so right now what we're looking at is about 10 items, I guess. I don't know if they count the spoon and the little paracord as one item or two. But right now, if you count that as one item, you got that. You got 4. They count the 4 jute cords as 4 separate items. When you look at the back of the package, they count it that way. So that's 5. 2 Chem Lights makes 7, 8, 9, and 10. So you've got 10 items just in this part of the pouch by itself. We'll put that back. In addition, you've got this. This is kind of a handy little item. This is a mosquito net that'll fit over your head. If you're in a swampy area, a damp area, a wet woodsy area, this little mosquito net could save your life. It can allow you to sleep, keeps the mosquitoes off of your face. I like this add-in. This is a really, really nice add-in to a survival kit. I would think this would be the kind of thing that every survival kit ought to have. It's a nice little drawstring bag on it, and I'm not going to take it out, but nice little thing. Now, if I look at the value so far in this side of the kit, I've got this. It's probably going to be, let's just conservatively say that's $7. The knife is probably going to be $10. That gets me to $17. Probably $5 for the flashlight. That gets you to $22. You're talking, let's say $5 for the bracelet. That might be a little much. So that gets you to $27. And if this spoon is $5, which it's kind of hefty, I can imagine they'd charge that for it if they were selling it separately. That's over $30 of stuff right there. And I haven't even added in the jute cord or the Chem Lights. So you got over $30 worth of stuff here, plus the pouch itself, which is probably worth about $10. So we're talking, well over $40 worth of stuff, or close to $40 worth of stuff already, and we haven't even gotten into the other side of the bag. So when we look at the other side of the bag, what do we have? Well, let's look at this pouch first. This pouch is a zipper pouch, and again, it folds out. It's like this, it folds out. And if you open this up, it's got a couple of things in it. It's got a pair of scissors. I'm not really sure why I need a pair of round nose scissors in a survival kit. This just seems silly to me. It looks like craft scissors for second graders. I'm just not sure what's the point. Oh, it's got a ruler on the blade. Big hairy deal. Not impressed at all with that. This is, I'm not even going to bother to take it out. I can't stand these things. This is not even the size of it's smaller than a credit card. It's one of these credit card multi-tools. It's got a little edge on it. It's got a little scraper on it. It's got a little thing you can put in. I don't know. I just think these are gimmicky. And whenever I see these things or get these things, I just throw them away. I'm not sure this thing's very useful at all. Oh, it's got the Ozark Trail logo on it. Okay, there you go. Again, I think that's a waste to put in here. Another whistle, because I guess you can never have enough whistles when you are lost and have an emergency. Okay, this is one of those saws, little wire saws. I think it's I think they said it's about 27 inches or something like this on the pouch. Okay. If you're not careful with these, they can bind and they can break very easily. One way to use these, some people use them with their fingers. I think a better way to use them is stick a stick through each one of these two rings. Stick a stick through there, and then you hold the stick and you pull that chain back and forth. I think it's better if you pull it like with a limb coming down and do it from the top down, because the weight of the limb will continue to pull it down as you saw it. Otherwise, you're going to bind that chain, this little wire, and you don't want to bind the wire because binding the wire will break the wire. So that's in there. And then it gives you a little D-ring. Okay, these D-rings are great. These little carabiners. These are not. These are for carrying things or attaching things to the outside of the bag. This is not for climbing. Don't ever try to climb with one of these things. But that's what it's for. It's just a little carabiner. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more items. There's probably at least another $10 worth of stuff there. So we're starting to rack up. We're getting close to $50, maybe over $50 worth of stuff, and I'm being very conservative with those. So let's look at the rest of this pouch. The really cool stuff I think is in here next. This is a Ferro Rod. Not a bad little Ferro Rod. We'll take it out and take a look at it. This is not a terrible Ferro Rod. It's got the scraper with it. The scraper's got some more little measurements on it. It's got inches on one side and metric on the other. Yeah, this is actually a little nicer than the one from I saw in the Harbor Freight. The one in the Harbor Freight, the problem with it, the lanyard wasn't very long, so it was hard to strike it because it wasn't long enough. This is okay. This can get done. This striker is a little, has a little heft to it. It's certainly, you could certainly work well with this striker. I see nothing wrong with that striker and that Ferro Rod at all. From a camping standpoint. This is a nice value-added item, probably another $10, at least worth another $10, I would think, for your survival kit. So I think that's something that you would definitely want in a survival kit. I would not throw that out. I'd keep it. Okay, every survival kit I've seen has one of these things. I don't know what the point of these things is. They're water bottle holders for your belt. Okay, so you take this out. When you do this, it expands, and you can put this around the neck of a bottle, and then it'll hold that water bottle, and then so you can carry the water bottle on your hip. I'm not carrying a water bottle on my hip. I'm even going to carry it in my hand, but then banging it against, as I'm walking, that thing banging against my hip is not exactly something I want to happen. I already have this bag on my hip. I don't want to buy a bottle on the other side. Plus the bottle's going to get condensation. It's going to get my leg wet. I don't know. Every one of these bags has one of these. The Harbor Freight bag had one of these too. I guess if you like it, what you do. But I'm not real that excited about it. Okay, so you've got some more paracord. Not sure how long that is, but it's probably 10 feet maybe. Paracord, maybe 15 feet of paracord. Not a lot, but it's some paracord, and it's bright orange. If you like bright orange, there. Oh, now this is cool. This is really cool. This is a little multi-tool knife. Like a little Ozark Trail version of a Swiss Army knife. This is really neat. You've got a blade on it. The blade is sharp. Be careful with that blade. It's sharp. It's got a, what's this in here? It's got like a bottle opener with it, can opener. It's got here's your bottle opener. This one's your can opener here. This one, well, I don't know if I can get that. It looks like it's a pair of scissors. But boy, you got to work on that. There it goes. So it's got a pair of scissors in there. So that's kind of cool. It's got over here, it's got, let's see, is it got any, oh yeah, on this side it's got some more tools. I've got a little Phillips head screwdriver here. So that's kind of neat. I've got a, I guess I really have to open, to get that I have to open this. This is a fingernail file. Okay, if you need a fingernail file, I guess that's it. It's good for you. And by the way, on this one, the can opener also has a little regular screwdriver head on it. And then it's also got a little corkscrew, because you never know when you're going to need a bottle of wine in a desperate situation, I guess. I don't know why you'd put a corkscrew on it, but it's got a corkscrew. That's a really nice little pocket knife. That's probably at least a $10 knife. So another $10 we're adding to this thing. So we had 11 items on this side. We got 5 more over here. That's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. The last item, number 21, is going to be this. This is a little pocket shovel. This is pretty cool. I've seen these before. I've seen them demonstrated and taken out. You take this out of here. It's got two things. It's got a pipe, part of the pipe. Here's your shovel right here. This shovel has got with it both it's got a spike on the back end, and it's also got the shovel. And to make that, you just take that and do that up like that, and it's nice and tight, and you can pick with it. And then what you do, you take this piece and screw it into the back of this, and you've got a pretty hefty little shovel. I don't know how strong that is. I wouldn't want to dig hard stuff. Wouldn't want to hit rocks with it. You're not going to chop wood with it, but to dig a hole, I think that'd be fine. You can chop with it. If you loosen this down, of course, you can, let's loosen it down a little bit more. You can do it like this, and it allows you to shovel this way. So it's a little spade. It's not, you're not going to dig a Marine Corps, foxhole with this thing, but it's a nice little camp shovel. I think this is definitely at least another $10 item, if not more, to put in this. So this is a nice little add-in, though I'm not sure. I think it's great for camping. This is a great camping tool. I would take this out and put it in my camping. I'm not sure I'd put it in my survival kit, but I would definitely put it in my camping kit. I think having it in my camping kit is the way to go. I just think that's what it's best for. I just don't see it as a survival tool. I would take this out, and with the room that I save by taking this out of my survival kit, I think what I would put in the survival kit is some first aid items. There is no first aid item in this kit, no first aid whatsoever. There's no emergency blanket in this kit, which I'm really, really surprised. I would have thought there'd been a survival kit or some kind of a first aid kit and a survival blanket in here. I think they don't add anything that's going to expire in here. There's no matches in here because those would catch fire. There's no water purification tablets. That would, not necessarily be good. But I think that if you take the shovel out, and maybe the scissors and the couple, I think you've got room to add some other things that you might think would be important for you. Some additional fire starters, perhaps. Maybe some energy bars. If I was going to carry this in my car, I'd keep some energy bars in here, I think. And it packs all up very nicely. I can pack all this right back up in the same package it just came out of. This is going to go here and here. Put my knife in. That's a really cool knife. I like that knife. That's really cool. I'm going to put my little Ferro Rod back in here. Here's my little bottle holder. This side also has some elastic loops here. So if you wanted to put something in, you could put something in these elastic loops. So this is going to fold back over, and we could pack this thing right up and be ready to go. Again, I use these pouches for my first aid kits. What I might do with this is I might make a first aid kit out of the pouch and take all the survival stuff and put it in a little shoulder bag. So it's $30, but I think there's probably twice that much stuff in here. There's at least $60 worth of stuff in here. If you tried to buy each of these items individually, you're going to pay a whole lot more than $30 for these items, I think. So there you have it. It's the Ozark Trail, 21 piece, and if you count the pouch, it's 22 pieces. So they actually kind of they could have gotten themselves an extra number there. When you count the pouch, it's actually 22 pieces of equipment that you could use perhaps in a survival situation. I would take this thing and kit bash it and make it my own, make it a little nicer. I would put some batteries in here. I would put a little pouch with some charging cables for my phone in here. You might put, instead of that shovel, you might put in a battery bank in there. These are all things that, as they are, can last forever, and you don't ever have to touch them. But if you put batteries and stuff, of course, you're going to have to check it from time to time. But the Ozark Trail 21-piece survival camping kit. You can get it at Walmart for $29.99 plus tax. I think it's okay. I could build a much better one, I think, myself. Could I build it as cheap as $30? Probably not. But if it's your first kit and this is the only thing you have in your car, you want something to make you feel a little better, I'd buy this and put it in there. It's definitely got much more than $30 worth of stuff in it, and I think that's important to understand. So if you're looking for a kit, there you go. The Ozark Trail 21-piece camping survival kit. Well, there you have it. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you learned something. As we always say, stay strong, stay prepared. We'll see you real soon on Cowboy Survivor.